Hello, everybody. Welcome to the craft stream yet again. We're going into Phoenix Fan Fusion here, so and I decided to be crazy, or rather attempt something crazy and make a hammer in essentially 5 days. I started this on May 25th and intermittently worked on it over a 5-day period. And this makes the final day. So, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. This should be dry enough. That's kind of shedding some bits of itself. I like to dry brush things, so. Oh yeah, that's right, this is too dark. I forgot I need to mix in some gold. Hi. I don't have a whole lot of Angelus leather paint left, so I'm trying to make it last a good long time. Got some more gold coming soon, but I don't have much of this. So in the interim, I actually mix it with a bit of folk art and make it work. The hammer will be the focus here in just a minute. I hope I mixed enough this time. I prefer dry brushing because it creates this nice texture. And I found that it tends to, you know what, I forgot to mix the pearlescent into this. I'm like, this looks different. Where's my pearlescent? There it is. Gotten this in some music. I'd love to share the same music I'm listening to with you guys, but there would be copyright problems, so alas, I cannot do that. There we go. And this is kind of the last coat I have to put on this, other than one more brush coat of gold and then a little bit of shading, and then I can finally get into painting the gem, and then I'll be doing the green. I have to, like, this green color, I have to model the green color I have to put into these sections. So this becomes like this really cool looking gold. It's hard to show you guys. This hammer is so big. Painting it on camera is tricky, but I wanted to show you guys kind of ask how I paint things. Now you can see I just take one of these little brushes, keep it dry, and just go crazy. And I mix a pearlescent, like a color shift or pearlescent, into my metallics, because that way whenever the light catches it, it looks even more interesting. And for a weapon like this, where it's been mutated beyond its original appearance, I kind of like the idea of it still shifting a bit, you know? I'm not worried if I get some gold in these sections because I'm going to paint over the areas that are currently black. You guys had a good Tuesday. And the interesting thing about the painting method I do is I don't seal my props because I use leather paints, which are self-sealing. So you just kind of need to hit them with a little bit of heat and they tend to self-level. the great thing is Arizona has plenty of heat. So I can just leave this outside to dry for a significant amount of time, and it seals itself really well. And it ends up looking really nice. You guys had a good day at work or running chores. This is your day off. Hi, Matt. The crab shell is no longer a crab shell, and the creepy space crab has now become an actual hammer, and it is definitely looking way more interesting. I agree. This is a very awkward thing to paint, I have to be honest. I've this whole time been trying to figure out, like, how do I paint this? And I've had to paint it in sections very awkwardly. My arms are sore because there is no easy way to do it. If I lay it on the ground flat, the paint settles in a way I don't like, so I have to paint it standing up. And yes, I tend to hand paint my props. I don't like spray painting them anymore. I used to spray paint them, but spray paint just never gets the detail I want, and it frustrates me. It just isn't ever the color I'm looking for. So, hand painting usually gets the texture I'm trying to achieve. The right things for the wrong reason. I would show you how I'm painting the top of this. I'm just dragging it up. Just kind of very gently dragging. I need like a wide angle lens or something. I guess what I could do is lift the camera up a little bit and then you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. That'll help, and then I can keep it up more at the angle I need it to be at. Ooh, I got too much paint on it. It's okay. I don't remember where I stopped painting. Oh no. I'm just gonna paint over another section. It's fine if I do multiple layers as well. Oh no, more paint. What? And then I'm going to rotate this and I'll paint the other side after I've rotated this and painted the back side of that. Breathe in. Squeeze all the excess paint out of this. Ugh. Why is this hammer so big? It's awkward. It's so awkwardly large. All right, camera, I need you to be better about this. Okay, camera. Oh, the light's not on. That's what's going on. Forgot to turn the light on. There we go. And then shine it up. There. Come on, little light. It's so awkward because this hammer is like ridiculously like large. Right, hopefully my light doesn't fall off. We'll see. But yeah. Okay. I need to switch hands to paint. Yes, I do paint with both hands. Oh no, you're spending the money on you. Not spending the money you want on Critical Role, yeah. Yeah, the whole cast being there, almost the whole cast, is pretty insane. Like, there are going to be so many people that are going to be poor by the end of the weekend because Mercer and Taliesin and so many others are there. Why is my camera not... Give me 1 second, guys. My camera's not focused on this section for some reason. Let me stop the camera, and I'm going to go to my camera on my computer and see if I can force it to focus. There we go. Let me do a manual focus. Come on. Okay, whatever. Oh, someone's ringing my doorbell. I don't know who that is. Okay. Why is my camera not... Okay. So we're gonna do this for a second. There we go. Now I can redo this. Alright, so I can focus the camera. That should work now. And then do I have my photo settings? Okay. Okay, good. Alright, you guys should be able to see this in just a second. I think I fixed my camera. Nope, that's the wrong one. Go to the webcam. There you go. Look at that. It's better focused. It was just not focusing right before. Sorry. That's much better. I am listening to the soundtrack from Arcane right now to, you know, get myself into the painting mode for this crazy hammer. Hi, hello. Ooh, there we go. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah. It's getting more solid, which is what I was hoping for, because it was too, like, it just wasn't painted well enough before. Now this looks a lot more solid and nice, which is making me happier. The painting something this large is, as I mentioned, very nerve-wracking and just a little bit frustrating because there's so many weird angles in it that you have to catch, and man, does it get tricky. I need to switch hands. I'm very lucky that I can switch hands. There are many people out there who can't do this, and it probably makes painting even more difficult for them. Paint down blue, red, it's all around you. Squeeze all of the extra paint out. Squeeze it out, little sponge. Squeeze it out. There we go. Hi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Dry brushing creates such fun texture. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, I love how this looks. It makes me so happy. Oh. Dry brushing does ruin brushes, which is why I'm using this sponge, because I have some very nice brushes that I would rather not ruin. So these sponges don't have the longest lifespan, unfortunately. I accidentally painted gold in this section that's going to be green, so I have to fix it up later, but it's okay. It happens. People make mistakes. But yeah, Fan Fusion is just a couple days away. Pretty much done with everything else. I just have to sew a braid cover, or as I like to call them, a braid condom for my broomy wig, and then I just have to see about modifying and testing a couple other things with my quiet phone, with my competition piece. So just test out a few things that I think may need improvement. This is such a big prop. I keep saying that, but this is even bigger than my other hammer. My other hammer's already a little weighty. So this one's definitely heftier. I'm glad I'm only going to have it on stage for a short while. It is not the main focus. It's only on stage for like 10, 15 seconds. I think I have just enough paint to finish the second round, which is nerve-wracking. I mixed so much, but it requires a lot to paint a prop this big, and it takes a lot of product to get the shading trick that I'm doing. At least with this being leather paint and acrylic mix, it dries very quickly. So I'll be able to come in here and do some texturing and other things that I want to do relatively quickly. So squeeze more product out of this because the sponge also absorbs a lot of the product. So just kind of gently push product out of the sponge. There we go. I need to rotate this. Paint this side awkwardly. So you just come on, squish the paint out of the sponge. Squish it out. There's a crazy song playing in my headphones right now. I might have to change it because it is insane. Oh gosh. Okay. I need to mix a little bit more paint, not a whole lot, but just enough to get me by. Come on, bronze. There we go. Should not need more than that. And then I do need the pearlescent. Mixing some pearlescent here. Okay, there we go. What are you guys doing tonight? You have any fun or interesting plans? Anything? You're just relaxing because it's a Tuesday, so you know, not anything super fun or interesting on Tuesdays. Oh, there we go. That is what I was looking for. Okay. Let's switch hands. There we go. Move over here. It's like saying there we go like encourages me to keep going because this is a whole lot of work. And just so you know, if you ever get leather paint on you, you should immediately wash it off. Otherwise, you permanently have that color on your clothing. It is now a part of you and you are part of it. So just be aware of when using leather paint that it transfers very easily. So if you don't want that to happen, just, yeah, be careful. Ooh, some of it touched my hand. Oh. I was trying to avoid that. Oh well. Hopefully wherever it made contact is not too big of a problem. Sorry, some of your paint. Alright. Then I need to mix some more pearlescent into this into a kind of brief brush over with a really soft brush. Get into some of the more detailed areas that I missed a little bit because I'm using a large brush. So that'll help. There we go. There we go. Okay, we've got it painted. Now I get to do more of a pearlescent, like I mentioned. So I need to mix pearlescent into this. All right, you have been of great use, but now we must say goodbye to this brush because it is pretty much dead. Then I go into my big brush bag. I need to find a big one. Ooh, this should work. No, it's not soft enough. I need something super soft. I need a very soft brush. I should have used the softest brush. You need a soap and water. You are not a soft brush. This might be soft enough. Okay. Actually, do I have another? There we go. Now I need to mix more of the pearlescent into this. I'm kind of mixing like very light pearlescent into the, and this will make it shine because the gold for this particular weapon isn't like a true gold. It's kind of like if bronze and gold got together and had a weird alien crab baby thing. And then once I've gone over this, I need to work. Actually, I do need more gold worked into that. That is too gray. There we go. And we will fix it right now. Okay, fixing the color match. Fixing the color match. There we go. There we go. Better. And then I'll go over it one more time with like the kind of gold. Oh no, I got paint on my pants. I'm sorry, pants. You're gonna have a little bit of gold on you now. You have to do like so many layers whenever you're kind of trying to build something. It looks nice once you've built it up enough though. And that's kind of my goal here, is to really build this up with so many layers of gold and pearlescent that it shimmers insanely. It's a piece. There we go. Apparently I accidentally took some of my, there we go. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Then I'll go in with the bronze again, mixed in with the gold, and we'll have a really interesting color people have built up on here, with the iridescent kind of glimmering from underneath. you can imagine how tricky it is to paint like this. Just take this outside or just open up my window area and see how it looks in the sun. Probably will look really super cool. What kind of paints do you guys like to use? Do you have a preference in paint? Do you paint large projects, small projects? Do you prefer using brushes to hand paint, or are you more of an airbrush person? Let me know. You know, everyone has very different painting techniques. From person to person, cosplayer to cosplayer, region to region. In Arizona, with everything drying so quickly, there are very few paints that you can't use. I know that, like, if you're an oil painter in Arizona, it kind of sucks because the layers dry super fast. But then it's also kind of cool because then you can get an oil painting done quicker. It's just, I think there's like extenders, like products that you can use to extend the life of your oil paint, or the drying time rather. So you can work with it, manipulate it the way you're supposed to. But, you know, what music do you like to listen to whenever you craft? I'm usually a lo-fi person. Today, like I said, I'm listening to the Arcane film soundtracks and the game soundtracks because, you know, just why not? It's the mood. Since I'm painting an Arcane hammer, I mean, I may as well listen to some Arcane music, right? Okay, we're getting there. We're making progress. Put some of the base coats on during my lunch break today because base coats go on pretty quick. Unfortunately, when you're painting with leather paint, you get it on your hands, it tends to like to stay there. So when I was in a work meeting today, I'm like, I wonder if they can see all the paint is still stuck on my hands. I tried to wash it off, but you know, some of it wanted to stay there. And it's okay, 'cause I didn't really need to eat lunch. I was just interested in painting everything. So then I went back to meetings. And it's kind of soothing to paint between, like at lunch. It's cathartic. It kind of helps if you're stressed out. It gets rid of your stress. It's sort of nice. Got the Mami Miyu. Wait, what is it? Miyu Minmi? I don't remember. My French is dying. I used to be better at it. Mameya and enemy, maybe? Don't fall. It would really be terrible if you fell. Okay, maybe I should switch hands again. Oh, this one's getting tired. don't even know how long I've been doing this. I feel like it's been forever. How long have we been streaming? Oh. Okay, almost 45 minutes. Not forever, Sam. May feel like forever, but it's not. You've not streamed very long. Gotta switch things and getting into this weird point. It's a good thing that I put Warbler on the handle so I can grab it. The other hammer, the handle's just made out of foam and it looks great, but that means it's kind of flimsy. Now the other hammer is significantly lighter than this one. This one I knew I'd have to do Warbler reinforcement because if I didn't, it would collapse in on itself. Because the foam clay, the more foam clay you put on something, the more weight it bears, or creates rather. So I knew that was going to be a problem if I did not reinforce it in some way. Plus, using the Warbler kind of created the same sculpted effect on the handle and the foot detailing as it has on the head of the hammer, which is something I really was aiming for. His hammer looks like it's been melted, right? Once he kind of goes into that weird shadow realm thing, and I wanted it to have that melted, messed up look where you weren't quite sure what it was anymore, and it was reminiscent of something familiar, but you weren't entirely certain. So maybe I should come up with some kind of rigging system where I can put like a camera behind me for when I work on big props. Like that may not be a bad idea. Just have a big prop camera hanging out on my paint boxes in my toolbox or something. Fantastic. Fantastic. Not someone crazy like me. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, over here. I'm so close to being done. Still on the line. I can't time yet. I can feel the light shine on my face. Sorry, I sing sometimes when I have music playing in my ear. Till I cross the line. My final thought. Where's ours? Before. Based on the one. Okay, let's see here. What is going on, buddy? There you go. There you go. That's why I didn't put enough paint in this. Okay. It's like the shade looked funny there. Let me see what's going on now. Let's see. This here. Be painting for just probably another 15 minutes. Then we'll let this dry a little bit before I can do the final step. And I can start working on some belts and some minor things. So this is kind of the most important thing, was making sure the hammer was done. I have a few other things to modify. One of them, I might do it, but I'm not worried because it actually ended up working out really well once I changed the sleeve of my costume. So I mostly need to just look at adding a magnet to my pants to hold up the unique leg harness I'm going to build. Can you paint that? Okay. Oh. I am planning on doing a tutorial on Instructables of how I made this with like more details, because you guys have really only seen like bits and pieces. I've been posting some work in progress on Instagram. To make the hammer, I used foamular, foam clay, Warbler, and PVC. This is so you guys are just gonna see me like awkwardly staring at the front of or sides of this thing for a second. I need to paint the side. This is so awkward to paint on camera. I mean, it's so awkward to paint in general. Take the camera part out of it and it's still awkward to paint. Okay. All right, just have to paint the front, and we are at the point where I can let this dry for a little bit, which sounds amazing. I really do want to figure out, I need to mix the green for the, I have to wait till the gold is completely dried so I can do that. I started with a black plasti dip base for the hammer, and then went to a gold, metallic gold leather paint, then metallic gold mixed with bronze leather paint, then it was bronze and gold folk art, and now it's bronze, gold, and pearl accent mix. Running low on paint here, so I need to make sure I get to like the primary sections. Running low on the paint. I think I've got just enough to kind of finish this front section, which is good because I am very much running very low. Okay, good. Now I need to, so there's the hammer in all of its glory, its golden glory. It is a beast, but it looks really cool now. And that's the metallic finish I was looking for, so. Okay. I don't know where to put this so we can try. I guess I should come in here and kind of start dry brushing some of the edges of this to make it look more, help it stand out a little bit more. You guys, what I'm doing? Maybe it's like always. Okay. Between that kind of goldish hue on the edges, and then just rubbing it in a little bit with my fingers. It just creates a cool metallic finish so that when you like rotate it, it kind of reflects differently. And that's the trick, like I tend to work dark to light For me, it creates more depth. Holding this into all is very difficult. There we go. Got like a cool. Oop! I'll put my thumb in it before it was dry. Do I have enough paint to fix it? Yes, barely. Okay. Yeah, be careful when you're painting stuff, obviously. All right. Well, there's the hammer for you guys to see. It goes pretty well. We're making progress. I've got the gold painted on the hammer. It's pretty much ready now for a little bit of shading, and I need to paint the green on these sections, and then in the arcane shell, this is green, like a really pale green, but I prefer the game file. It just has like this red with like cool strips through it, so I think I'll do that to break up all the green that's gonna be in it. But I'm pretty much ready to let this finish drying and get green in there, and then I gotta mix the green. I think I've got another palette. Let me see if because this palette needs to dry. Let's see if I've got another palette. Alright. I do have another palette. Found it. Cool. Okay. Good. Hammer, don't fall. Stay there. Stay. Let's see. Alright, I think it's safe resting there for now. Okay. This is the trick of like trying to get everything done in a certain amount of time is like leftover paint. When you have like leather paint on these palettes, it's pretty easy to just kind of peel off after you've let it dry for a significant period of time. So I'm just gonna start peeling this off. Yeah. Wonder if this one will peel as well, because this one was a mix of leather paint and another paint that is not as easy to peel, but we'll see. Show you a dream. Oh yay, it is peeling. Okay. Just do it very carefully. Okay. we go. And then we are already at an hour. So I will show you guys how I plan to mix the, I think I should mix the color for the gem first. Where's the blue shift? There's the color shift. Blue. Wait, is this the same color shift? Wait, hang on. Dragon glaze. Okay, yeah, it's the same color shift. I need the purple too. Okay. So I need like this kind of reddish hue. Oh, that's neon. So I'm gonna mix this neon orange, very, very orange, with this nice color shift purple. That seems weird, but okay, color shift purple. What is going on? There we go. And then a little bit of this iridescent one. And that should achieve the color I'm hoping for. I gotta get some water, and then I need these two to come out of here because they're taking up too much space. And I'll wash them properly later. There we go. Okay. Ooh, no, it rolled off and touched my. That was fun. Okay, rude. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was stuck. Okay. Get to see some weird color theory here. Welcome to Strange Color Theory 101, where you mix really weird colors to achieve a funky metallic, which eventually gets there, but you have to play around a lot to make it happen. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Strange, kind of like orangish, purplish. Okay. Don't roll. All right. Now, let's see if I can paint this so you guys can see it. I think so. All right. Start with this purple hue because when I build the true neon over the top of it, it's going to create a really cool color transition. And I start with the neon as a base so that it matches better. The fan is up there. I'm trying not to hit it. Stream for a few more minutes, and then I do need to say adieu to you guys because I need to be able to paint this without trying to figure out like how to get it on the camera. Okay, there's one side. And I do this before I seal the gold, because if I need to like make any fixes to the gold because I painted over it on accident or something, that's why I come to this. All right, let me set this here for a second. Stop trying to, you go in there. All right, let me put this aside because it is beefy and in the way. Okay, thank you guys for joining me on the stream today. I truly appreciate it. You guys have been wonderful and awesome, and you've made everything much easier. All right, camera, you get to play this game again of you figuring out how to be attached to the back of my computer. This, no, there we go. Okay. So I have, oh, this is gonna be so bright. Oh gosh, there's a Saja boy in my light. There's a Saja boy in my light. How did I got a baby get there? Baby Saja got in my light. Rude. Go back in your shelf. Thanks for joining me again today. I'll see all of you, or some of you, at Phoenix Fan Fusion in just a few days. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday at 3 p.m. I have Retro Anime. Friday at 6 p.m. I'm at K-Pop Demon Hunters. Saturday at noon, I have Star Wars Weirdest Aliens. And then Saturday at 4:30 p.m., I'll be doing Cosplay Engineering for Success. And then on Sunday at 10:30 a.m., I will be helping Age of Radio moderating their panel. And if you'd like to, at 8 p.m., Jinx and I will be competing in the Masquerade as I'll be Jace and she'll be Maldara from Arcane. So hope to see you in a few days. Otherwise, have a wonderful week and weekend, and see you later.